Hey everyone, it's James at geometricharts.com, March 18th, about 7:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got the 4-hour chart of Bitcoin, BTC USD on the Bitfinex exchange. So first of all, video is not investment advice. And second of all, again, Bitcoin looks the market as a whole, obviously there's undeniable strength in buying pressure, and the buyers are stepping up and they're stepping up and they're stepping up, and obviously you can see that reflected in price action as price is pumping up and up and up. And we are getting very close to a longer term downtrend line that sits close to about maybe like 4,200. Ideally, I'd like to see Bitcoin break above and stay above like the 4,400 area in order to change the direction and also show strength in the market, basically eclipsing this high, putting in a low, a high, a higher low, and a higher high, and then changing the direction and then keeping that volume as well too. So volume dwindled out, volume came back. We're getting a little surge. We got a certain nice little surge in XLM. While price is skyrocketing, momentum is definitely diverging from price. So, and the same thing happened with ADA, the same thing happened with Bitcoin Cash, same thing happened with Litecoin, and now they're all just kind of like floundering around here. So it's kind of like, if the market cannot hold this zone and continue pumping higher, there's going to be a bigger there's going to be a bigger corrective move in the market, and that could slam price much deeper than where we're currently trading at, in a very similar fashion to like you see a pump and a pump and a pump and a pump, and it gets up to here, and then all of a sudden it collapses back out because the individuals, you can see the buyers are moving and they're moving and they're moving and they're moving and they're pumping and they're pumping and they're pumping. And once the market seems like it's going to give out and the trade's going to work against them, they're going to exit. As soon as they exit, that's what's going to create the waterfall event. That it's only as good as the entities pumping the market up, and that's exactly what I think this market is hinged on, is the success of these entities, whether they're bots, whether it's one person, multiple entities pumping it up. You can clearly see these crazy turnarounds and these crazy pumps and these crazy dumps, and it takes weeks to go up and it takes one day to go down. And the reasoning is because they can strategically pump price, but once it starts to work against them, let's say there's multiple people. Well, if you're in a building that's on fire, do you want to be the first person out, or are you just going to stay by the door and make sure everyone gets out and then leave? Chances are, even though it's really selfish, but human instinct is going to kick in and you're going to run straight out that door, and then your consciousness will probably kick in, and then you'll say, oh crap, there's somebody in there, I want to go help them, and then you come back, But the whole point is that if they see the building's going to collapse, the natural instinct, and this has come down to money, right? There's no ethical thought behind it. It is, I have to get out so I can protect my profits. And if this happens, you're going to see a dump occur, because not only will they exit, but then whomever else is more than likely in this together, if there are multiple people, they're going to exit as well too. And that's what creates these massive dumps. That's probably the best way I think I can explain it, is the reason why it takes weeks to go up and then one day to go down in this market. So I can't stress enough caution as of now. There's great volume in this market, and obviously volume has stayed very high in this market. We were trading down in the 5 to 6. Now the low is about 8.8. So things have dramatically changed volume-wise. The money flow is getting bigger into Bitcoin and just crypto in general. So that's looking good. Now the question is can we actually start to change the trend? Or is it the same siren call to where you see this pump up and everyone gets hyped up, and it pumps about 20-25% in totality, maybe a little bit more. And it's the same thing that happened during every single one of these other pumps back here. Everyone always thought it was going to the moon. Remember this one, remember this one, remember this one, remember this one, remember this one. And obviously off a cliff it all went. So it's really hard to just jump in head first and say this is it, especially when sentiment is so bullish and everyone is putting the flag in the ground and saying this is the bottom, sell everything, it's time to jump in. and we're going straight to the moon. And the price points out there, or the price targets are absolutely outrageous. But anyway, so it's not that I'm trying to crap all over the run or the potential opportunity for a trend change, but I cannot stress enough caution here, because everything that has pumped up has created bearish divergence, which means momentum is dwindling while price is rising. Well, in that case, momentum always wins, and price typically, well, I shouldn't say always wins, but there's a very high probability momentum is going to win. And what is going to happen is, as that price is rising and momentum is going down, price is going to go boom. And in this market, we get crazy vertical price movement. So I can't stress enough just to be cautious, right? And if Bitcoin can start breaking through 4,400 area, I think we have a change in trend, given that there's no massive crazy dump or anything like that. But and maybe a potential bottom, or at least a short-term bottom, I should say, in that sense, to work off a lot of the relief of the mega dump that we had from 6,000 down to 3,000. But this is what happens when you get markets that are obviously manipulated, to where you get reoccurring themes in the market, and the market gets propped up. And this is basically what I'm talking about. You get propped up, and whomever is doing it says, okay, I'm done, I'm out, I don't want to take a hit. So they'll let their friends, or they'll let the other individuals take a hit, and they take a hit, and they're like, oh crap, I'm out too, and boom, boom, boom. Obviously you get a waterfall event, and that's the bad part about this market, is that you can spend so much time. Look at this. It took from June all the way to November to produce this move. And from November to December, literally cut everyone. I mean, you got a 50% haircut right here in your portfolio easily, if not more. So I can't stress it enough. And especially when sentiment was so high here too. Oh my, everyone thought Bitcoin was going to be like $700 trillion by like the month after. It was crazy. Oh, by the end of the year, Bitcoin's going to be 20,000. Bitcoin's going to be 50,000, blah, blah, blah. The same thing over and over and over again. The scary part is that this, I don't know if I've done it in my other videos, I've done it with my subscribers, but we're on the same identical slope in this market. So it's a little odd that it's all lined up the same. But anyways, I'd be willing to look past it. If we can break through some key areas, we can hold that, we can start to change the bearish divergence in momentum, and we can continue to carry higher in this market. But it's not something that I'm going to jump headfirst in and make the ludicrous claim that this is the bottom and the market's going to launch to like 20,000, 30,000, anything like that. It's way too early to even make that claim. And that claim's been made every single pump since the 20,000 top. That claim has been made. I mean, every single dump, the claim has been made that the bottom is in, and it goes lower, and it goes lower, and it goes lower, and it goes lower, and it goes lower. So it's like, there's a lot that needs to change in this market. So I would just say pump the brakes, or just be cautious. If we can make that move, great. There'll be plenty of trades in the future. You're never going to be late to the party, especially if it does change the trend and it does create a bull market. It could last a very long time. Even if it only lasts a year, it's still a year's worth of trades you could have potentially in this market if it was like a 1 year change, which more than likely at this rate, it'll be much longer than that due to the severe decline that we've had in this market. So anyways, that's pretty much it. Not much else, but just kind of like talking about a few different things and trying to not necessarily like put the fire out, but just be cautious, because people have been burned so many times in this market. It's absolutely ridiculous. And everyone is so quick to jump the gun and say the bottom is in. And you get a lot of people on social media that want to say it because they want to sell the hype. They want to get the viewers. They don't care what the hell happens to you financially. None of them do. I highly doubt they do. The crap that they say. They don't understand the ramifications of telling someone who's new to trading that's it. This is the bottom. You're going to make a ton of money. Just jump in here. Hold, 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 hold. Imagine all those people that did that. They don't care. All they want is this little moment of glory on social media to say they got like X amount of subscribers or views or whatever. Like, it doesn't matter. None of it matters. The question is, can you help people? You don't help people by screaming the bottom is in and dump everything you can into there. You have to, there's a process of this that needs to change. This is a monstrous ship that has been heading the wrong direction for a long time, and it's not just going to turn on a dime and skyrocket all the way and then launch all the way back to where it started. You know, it has to take time to turn and turn and turn. There's a lot of things that have to occur before you can make the ludicrous claim that the bottom is in and it's going to skyrocket to like 20 or 30 or 40 or whatever. It's all 740,000. Like, it's just mind-boggling. But anyways, that's it. I'll talk to everybody on Wednesday and then another video on Friday.